go check out Cali Connection Disc Golf.
Stay connected.
Hi, I'm Pavo Stubstad with Pure Hyzer Productions. With me today I've got Jessica Weese, Innova sponsored player, and we're going to give you Final 9 coverage at Daisy Chains. In the first part of this episode, where my guest was Leah Feltenstein, we saw the third round at Daisy Chains, which was the final round where we saw the full course. For the final 9, of course, being only 9 holes, they've changed the layout a little, and why don't you tell me about that, Jessica?
They changed the layout a little bit for the final 9, and they made it a lot more technical, and they basically took out all the big wide open holes that Paige liked to park, and they made it a little more technical and challenging for us.
That's right, yeah. In the final 9, we got the first 4 holes, and then the players are going to skip from hole 4 to hole 15, play 15 through 18, and then play hole 1 one more time. So it should make for kind of an interesting type of round, very different from the third round, because we're not going to see any of those wide open bombers with the OB and all that. It's just all the technical holes, so it should be fun. Let's get to the coverage. Here we go, Daisy Chains Final 9. In first place, we've got Paige Pierce sitting at 19 down from Plano, Texas with a rating of 973.
In second, we have Scoggins sitting at 9 down from Los Angeles, California, rating 949.
Valarie Jenkins in third, sitting at 5 down from Bend, Oregon with a rating of 965.
Myself sitting in fourth place and 2 under from Grass Valley, rating 940.
Hole 1, par 3, 384. Pretty tricky shot, blind off the tee over the crest of a hill, and the basket's pretty protected as well by a fence and some trees. The tournament is over for everyone else besides these 4 players. This is just a final 9 for the top 4 FPO players. Paige is up first. Overturned that one a little bit and clipped the trees, but kick back in the fairway. She should be okay.
Here goes throwing a backhand. Looks pretty good.
Good line. Nice straight shot. Came down a little short, but it's a long hole. I mean, that's a good drive.
It's a little windy out there.
Yeah, it wasn't too windy during the third round for the most part. Wind picked up a little. And Val got caught up in some of those trees, but she's in a decent spot. Just like round 3, Jessica takes the only sidearm line. And that's good, just short of the fence. You had a putt at it in round 3, but...
Not quite enough turnover on that one.
And Paige took that upshot really fast. I was surprised. She usually takes her time a little more. And she's up there for a 4. That's a tough hole, and she's got a huge lead. I don't think she's too worried about it.
Owen's right there. Tap in 3.
Nice Hyzer upshot from Valarie from behind those branches there. CTP. Gave it a chance, just a little left. And I mean, it's great to even have a birdie look at this hole. It's a tough one to get to.
We're all just tapping in for 3s.
Yeah, wow. Woo-hoo. Count it.
Owen congratulating Valarie there.
You're gonna put through these weird little branches.
That's kind of a cool little log there. Half fallen tree, whatever it is. And Paige is actually tapping in for a 4 there, unfortunately, but like I said, she's got a huge lead. I think she's alright.
Missed it.
So 3 pars and a bogey. And we're on to hole 2, which this is a tricky hole. There's a lot of OB left, right, and an OB creek that crosses the fairway about 2/3 of the way down.
This is a really hard par 3.
On it! Woo!
Nice shot by Own. It looked like she wasn't trying to get all the way there. She was just trying to get far up the fairway before the OB.
Placement shot's great on this hole.
Good placement. Oh my god.
It really is. The birdie's going to be so rare that the smartest play is to just try to avoid the OB and put yourself in a good spot for an open up shot. Just a little high on that, but it could have been good if it missed those branches. Looked like it was turning. And of course Paige has to go for it.
She's safe on the other side.
She got over the creek and she's got a long up shot down the road there.
It's just a little long.
It's a tough green there, you know, your upshot was fine. It's just with that hill on the left, you know, the way it came down and you got a little kick and a roll. This hole's far and the green is challenging and there's a lot of OB. Really a lot of factors that make it one of the toughest holes at Pinto Lake.
Thank you.
Second shot for Paige. She's going for it.
Want the dot.
I was surprised to see her go for that one. That's a risky one to run. I mean, she was like 50 feet and there's the hill right there. She didn't go down the hill, but she's got a long par putt now.
Misses the comebacker.
I couldn't help but notice that Paige was super focused throughout the earlier rounds and in the final 9, at least at the beginning, she didn't seem as focused, you know, with the gallery watching and stuff. It might have been a little distracting. And Paige with a 4. And Jessica with a 4 as well. But it's a tough hole. I mean, a lot of players are taking 4s on this. I think we saw several 4s in the round 3 video as well.
This is definitely a tough 3.
Couple bogeys, couple pars, still pretty big spread between all the players. And hole 3 is technically much more reachable than hole 2, but it's super protected too, and the green is sloped.
Fast green.
Fast green, sloped in a direction that, you know, where makes backhand Hyzers come up and slide down the hill even on potentially good shots.
There is OB to the left across the road.
Yes, down there across the road, and I think Owen may have gone down there and gone over the OB line. We saw Owen birdie this hole actually in round 3, so go back and check that out if you haven't already. It was a great shot.
Oh.
Oh, been there before.
She was there last round, like she just said.
That was your gator, right?
Yeah, that was the same thing that happened last round.
Still, I mean, where you're at out there, you're in a good spot for a par. And it's easy to kick or roll down left towards the OB and also be looking at a tough third shot after that. So
Val throwing a rare sidearm.
And she stopped down here, so this is her second shot. Oof.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Win OB and kicked safe.
Yeah, that was a little tree love right there. She turned that over, going right into the OB, and here we see Owen is barely OB. It was not far past the OB line. So she's going to be throwing for 3 from here. A little short, but I mean, what are you going to do? The window's so low, she had to squat. Val for 3.
Seriously.
She's probably thinking about last round on this hole. It wasn't kind to her then either.
Right up.
And there you go. I mean, this hole is definitely more birdieable than holes 1 or 2, but it's also real easy to take high numbers on it, so 3s are good.
Dot. Dot. Counting.
And for those that didn't see the round 3 video, the dot they're referring to is at this tournament, if you hit basket and didn't make it, you would get a dot. And there were prizes at the end related to the dots.
Mm-hmm.
And Val laid up for a 5 there. Paige laid up for a par. She rolled a little past it, but I don't think it was too bad.
Yeah. The 3.
I'm happy with the 3 on this hole.
And Paige probably is as well. And Val with the 5. And Owen also with the 5P for Owen going OB. And all of a sudden they're second, third, fourth are all within reach for everyone. Hole 4 is a pretty interesting shot. Only 203 feet, but completely blind. There's a high Annie line to the left or a Hyzer line to the right.
I like the high Annie line with the putter. Just throw it high and let it drop. Not that time though.
You did throw a good shot on this one in round 3, I remember. And it's a fun shot, the little Annie putter shot up over there. I agree. That's my preferred line as well.
Paige is also going that way.
It's a little left.
She clipped the same tree, but still made it.
And she almost took out Shasta Chris there, spectating from the side of the green. He's made a guest appearance in both parts of the Daisy Chains videos. Owen going for the same line.
Sit down.
Too much Annie on that, and if you sail way past it down there, there is a swamp deep right of the pin, and I'm pretty sure she went in it. Here we're going to see Val take the Hyzer line. Completely different approach to this hole. And that's it.
Very nice.
Yay.
It's pretty much as good as you can do with the Hyzer line on hole 4.
Yeah, we got a pretty good sized gallery there.
Yep. Layup for par from there. Too risky to run. I agree with that. And here we see where Owen went OB down into the swamp. They're kind of discussing where it happened. And I'm pretty sure she did not get that disc back.
We didn't find it. Throwing a sidearm. Almost went in.
Running the 3. Fearless. And Paige for birdie. Death putt.
Very nice.
There's the Paige we were seeing in round 3. Took her a few holes to warm up in the final 9. And Owen for bogey after going OB. And that rolled down the hill across the road. Real close to making her 5, too. I mean, it was strong side, low, just a little too wide. Yeah, that's a good par.
Weak side, but it's stuck.
And Val after a great drive. It's nice to see that Hyzer line work out for her. And a great birdie. And poor Owen with a 6 after going OB and getting a roll away and just the last
Losing
two.
the disc.
Lost her disc too. Yeah, the last 2 holes were not kind to her. And just like that, 4-stroke swing and Val and Owen are tied for second. Seeing more movement in the final 9 than we did for the whole 3rd round. And now we're skipping over to hole 15, 327 feet, pretty deathy behind the basket. And here's Ben. Thanks again, Ben Baker, for providing the footage from the second camera. Look at him running down the fairway to get the good angle for the discs coming up before the players are ready to throw. He was dedicated to doing a good job, so thanks, Ben. And Paige is up.
This is the women's CTP hole for all divisions. There's little fake daisies throughout the whole fairway marking them.
Yeah, there they are. We actually saw Valarie throw the CTP drive on this hole for the whole tournament in round 3, but it was her and Nate Doss who donated the CTP prizes, so she didn't take it, obviously. But she had the CTP herself. Jess, once again, the only player taking the sidearm approach. That looked pretty good. There for a look.
I'm really surprised Owen doesn't throw sidearm on this hole.
Well, she's got the backhand line down, it seems.
Oh wait, shoot.
2?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Show me how
You
it's
went
done.
first last time.
Show me how it's done.
And if, for those of you who didn't see the round 3 video, Owen and Paige were really close. The same hole last time, and pretty much the same thing happened, except Owen went first.
And she hits it solid.
That's just incredible to see after what happened on this hole, the 3rd round.
That's how you do it.
Well done, Paige.
You're dangerous. You're dangerous. All right, no pressure, of course. Come on.
Oh,
Deja vu.
that was so crazy. That was like the same thing that happened in round 3, the other way around.
You should let me go first.
There was debate over who was up, and Owen went and hit her putt, and Paige barely missed her putt, high, weak side. Everything exactly the same way, but the other way around. And Val almost gets the birdie.
More dots.
For a good sidearm drive. Solid.
Yes.
Good birdie. Making
That's a
moves.
good one.
Val and Owen tap in for par. Paige and Jessica with the birdies there. Jessica's now only 2 strokes away from second place. Hole 16, 204 feet. Another one they installed a shorter tee for daisy chains. Made it a little Hyzer shot up the hill.
Oh yeah.
Paige punched through the tree.
Looks like she threw her putter there.
I think she did in round 3 also on that ace run. The flight of that shot, it looked like a putter flight.
Get in. Skip in.
No. Sit. That's disc golf for you.
Keeping in good spirits about it. Hey, it wasn't your fault. You threw a good shot. What are you going to do?
Name of the game.
And we saw she didn't hit pole, but she hit the tree right by the basket and really should have been parked for a 2 in round 3 and also rolled down the hill on the same hole. So this hole doesn't like you.
Yeah. Deja vu again.
Even though you threw a better shot this time.
Here goes Owen. Running it.
You gotta make exciting. But this far.
That was pretty far away.
And just like round 3, no choice
Gotta
really.
lay it up.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Take a 3.
Val's got some branches. Yeah,
That's a tough putt.
it is. I mean, if she'd really gone for that, she would have probably clipped those branches anyway.
And you can also hit the basket and roll down the hill.
Yeah,
That was a great birdie.
yeah. She was in the circle, but I mean, that was a death putt looking down the hill.
Another great birdie.
Yep. Beautiful job, ladies. Station. Yep.
And Valarie and Jessica get pars.
There's the whole gallery supporting all the women.
Yeah, it was awesome to see everybody out there. It was really a different experience going to this women's only event.
It's one of my favorite tournaments of the year. They treat us so good there. It's unbelievable.
And with that birdie that Owen got on the last hole, actually, she's now got 1 stroke on Val and is in second with 3 holes to go because we got 17, 18, and then 1 again.
This one's just a little Hyzer.
Round it.
Yep, 150 feet, super protected basket, sloped green. And I think that did not come out of the tree, and the 2-meter rule was in effect at this tournament, California. So I think Owen will be taking a 2-meter penalty there.
Come on.
Yep.
Wow.
Should be right there.
She skipped through, she's got a putt. The course was not kind to Owen for this final 9.
Yeah, she had some really bad luck out there.
Yeah.
Another great gator shot. And here we see.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's up in the tree.
That looks right to me.
She's getting this one back though, at least.
I think it took a little effort to get it out. It was pretty jammed in there. Those oak trees are grabby. It's a tough upshot she had from there too. She didn't have much of a window. She's got kind of an awkward putt to save a 4 now. And Val for birdie.
That was a good birdie.
Yay!
Gotta get this hole though, man.
Yeah, definitely. Shortest hole in the course. I mean, if you hit your window, then you should be there for a 2.
If you don't get this hole, you know you're losing a stroke to most all the field.
And that's a runner you could hear there. There's a little trail near this hole. Somebody just happened to run by right as Paige was putting. Didn't make a difference. And here's Owen to save a 4, straddling out from behind this big tree.
That was a good
Yeah, I mean, that was close, but that didn't look like an easy putt. Owen's husband and caddy, I believe, following her there. Val with the birdie and Owen with the bogey. Val now has 1 stroke on Owen, with Jessica only 1 stroke behind Val. It's getting close here with 2 holes to go.
Battling it out in the last few holes.
Bam. Got it.
Good
Paige
shot.
goes right down the middle.
It looked really good at first, and I was surprised at how understable that was. It just kind of kept turning. I'd still put her right there, though. I mean, in the fairway. Long look at it, too.
Get over it. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Get up there.
Oh, really nice.
Redemption from last round.
And that outside Hyzer sidearm line is definitely there. You just missed it by a little bit, but it's another viable option for this hole. Owen likes the sidearm up the gut.
Owen with another great shot.
Skips over there, and we saw Owen birdie this hole in round 3. So whether she's having a good round or bad round otherwise, she's got hole 18 figured out apparently. And it's a tough one to have figured out too.
Yeah, I was debating on going down the middle or out and around. I just decided that out and around was more safe.
It definitely is. I mean, you're going to birdie it less, but you're also going to bogey it less. You know, you're consistently going to par, and you might get there for a birdie look too.
Not even a dot.
Paige was looking for a dot there.
Owen, after another beautiful drive on hole 18, closer this time than she was in round 3.
Almost didn't stay in there.
And Val with a complete park job on this hole. With a beautiful looking drive to boot, just straight up the gut. And a good 3. 3's not bad on this hole. Bogeys can happen easily. And Paige with the par as well.
Says it's the last hole, but we still got one more left. See what happens on the last one.
Still really close between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And we're back to hole 1 one more time. The last hole of the final 9.
It's almost over. Don't hold your breath, though.
Awesome.
Last hole, last hole.
Jessica.
Last hole, wow. Give you a hand. Thanks. I have a lot of fun. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Drew Gibson.
His fanny pack.
He wants some high fives too.
Of the year.
And Owen was giving him some Christmas carols there. How nice of her.
Straight, right down the gut.
That's a nice shot by Val.
That's a great shot. She'll have a putt for 2.
A long look, but yeah, that was just
Right
amazing.
outside the circle.
Just like her shot on 18, really, just went straight at it.
I'm throwing a sidearm with a little too much turnover.
Yeah, maybe just a little more stable disc, and that shot could have worked out great for her. It just kind of held its line, though. Might have rolled off a little, I'm not sure.
I think there's a little headwind out there. Might have just turned it over a little.
That's a bomb from Paige. I think she's out there for a look.
She's got a look. It'll be outside the circle, but she's got the look.
Jessica going for that same sidearm line again that she did at the beginning of this final 9.
I got a long look for it too.
You're on close to the green. Long look at 2, that's great on this hole. Owen with a nice sidearm upshot. It kind of skipped a little ways past the basket.
Just a little early release, that's
Yeah.
all.
Paige with a long look at 2.
Ooh, almost got it.
She's pretty much got this victory in the bag. Might as well run it. Jessica for birdie. Huge finish.
That was a good 70-footer.
That was the biggest putt that we saw through all of round 3 and all the final 9. On the last hole, too. Val had a great drive there. That was for birdie, too.
Good run.
Owen for par. Might have been a little awkward with that fence in front of her. And I don't know if she was aware of it at the time of that putt, but the fact that she missed that is actually going to make her and Jessica tied for 3rd with Val in 2nd. And here's Paige tapping in a 3.
For the win.
Yeah.
Incredible weekend for Paige Pierce.
She killed the course out there.
3.5 rounds of super solid golf. And Owen played great in the 3rd round. She had a rough final 9. You can tell she's a little flustered, but she's in good spirits.
Drew in his fanny pack.
Caddy fanny pack. And look at that gallery out here supporting women's disc golf.
I love the gallery. That's such a good thing to see. All those pink shirts out there, especially.
And there we see with Jess's birdie and Owen's bogey, that makes them tied at 4 down for 3rd place.
We're going to play the hardest hole on the course for the playoff.
I think just because it happened to be after hole 1, which was the last hole of the final 9, so.
Telling my mama I made that putt for her.
Oh,
for
happy Mother's Day.
That's a very
I
good
knocked
putt.
a 50-footer in the bucket.
Yeah, very good putt on that one.
Yes, yes indeed.
It
Thanks,
was.
Owen, for the compliment. Throwing my favorite shot in the book, the Hyzer flip.
Yeah, and that was a very nicely executed Hyzer flip. I saw the line you were going for at the beginning, too, when you clipped the branches. It looked like a great line.
Owen's very quick. She's one of the quickest throwers that I've ever seen.
Yes, she is. Makes her tough to film, too. And there you see Owen did go OB.
Right up there. Because it came in this way. So probably like right here.
Let's do it.
But as we know, this hole, anything can happen.
Show
With the OB
beginning.
and the sloped green, you can get rollaways, 2-putt, 3-putt, whatever.
Get it!
Owen's running
She's
it.
going for it.
That's a good
Almost
run.
made it.
She really gave that a good run. The height and power were right on. She was just a tiny bit wide. And Jessica in a safe spot.
I'm just laying up for a 3.
And it did not roll away, so it's over. Well played. I believe Jessica made up 7 strokes on Owen in the final 9 there, and then beat her in the playoff to take 3rd. You don't usually see that much movement in 9 holes. It shows how crazy some of these wooded holes anyway at Pinto Lake can be.
Don't forget, anything can happen. And it's not over till the last putt's in.
That's disc golf. And there we see Jess with her par, solidifies 3rd place, taking home the hardware. And here we see the final PDGA results. Paige and Jessica shot the hot final 9 that round. Scores of 25, which is 2 under for the 9 holes. 970 rated, quote, rounds. Pretty good.
And there we have it. That was the final 9 for the Daisy Chains. That was a lot of fun and very interesting to watch.
It was. We saw a lot of movement during that final 9. A lot more than we saw for an entire 18 holes in round 3.
A lot of good and a lot of bad.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the course really showed its teeth there on holes 3 and 4 for Owen and Valarie on hole 3 and Owen on hole 4. I mean, it
Pinto can be mean.
Yeah.
It definitely showed its teeth out there.
Rollaways, OBs, you name it. I mean, it really changed a lot. And then we saw on hole 15, Paige and Owen having similar
Battle
drives.
putts.
Yeah, battle putts again.
Battling it out again.
Just like round 3.
Deja vu.
The same series of events. So that was cool to see. And then Jessica hitting that big putt at the end to force the playoff with Owen for 3rd. It was crazy to see a 7-stroke swing in 9 holes. I mean, that's not something you see very often in disc golf at any level.
I always say, it's never over till the last putt's in.
That's right, it's not. And there were a lot of exciting shots for those 9 holes. So with that, we'll take a look at the highlights.
Here they are.
First up on the highlights, Paige's drive on hole 4. Taking the Annie line.
Up and over.
Didn't-
Almost hitting Shasta.
Yep. There he is, jumping out of the way. Didn't interfere with the shot. He's relieved.
Almost spilt his monster.
And then Valarie's drive on the same hole, hole 4. The other way to approach the hole, which makes it completely different. Hyzer line out to the right.
This is a good shot. Park job.
And here we see both Paige and Val getting their birdies on this hole. Val parked at the bottom of the hill, Paige with a long death putt.
Those are both great putts. It's awesome to watch them both at the same time, too.
It does look cool when 2 players do good on the same hole. Seeing them both get that birdie or whatever. Especially this time because it was 2 completely different approaches to the hole. And here we go again, Paige and Jessica putting on hole 15.
Battle putt.
If only it really happened at the same time. Paige pointing at Owen, getting her back for what happened in round 3. Couple of good birdies there. And Jessica's drive on hole 16, which, as you may recall, she hit the pole under the basket and got that roll away. But watch what happens, how it skips and hits the pole and how it rolls away. It's one of the strangest things I've seen. Right there. It just does a 180. It's like gonna roll the other way, and it does a 180 and then just rolls perfectly down the hill. Only to put you at the bottom of the hill after hitting basket. That's disappointing. It was still a great shot. One more split screen. Val taking the backhand approach, Owen with the sidearm, but same up the gut line.
That's pretty cool. Both park jobs.
Beautiful
Just
drives.
Very nice. With tap-ins.
2 tap-in birdies on hole 18 at Pinto Lake. That's probably not something you see very often.
2 total different expressions.
I think Owen was a little worried there because her tap-in almost didn't stay in. And last but not least, the putt that Jessica hit to force the playoff for 3rd with Owen. At least 50 feet, maybe more.
Felt like a 70 foot.
It could have been 60 or 70. It's hard to tell. I mean, you can see how long it took you to run to get to the basket there. It was a long putt. Great finish to the tournament. Huge comeback in the last 9 holes. And now we'll take a look at the award ceremony.
6th place, tie. Oh, they're buddies. Sarah Hokup and Paige Bierkus.
Thank you, Legacy.
For 5th place, Zoe for 335. Zoe! And the trophy went to Jessica Weese. Where's Jessica? For 400. Oh.
I'd like to say thank you to everybody who helped out with the tournament. All the ladies for showing up. We definitely need more of us out here for sure. I'd like to thank Innova, Fly Life, Grip Equipment, and Dynamite Discs.
Yeah.
She got a cookie in her hands.
Hello. Hello. I want to thank you all the ladies show up to play this tournament. This is the best tournament ever, right? You guys come back, right? Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Beth. The best tournament. Yeah. And Tammy. Thank you for the all spot and people who help taking care of us. You know, this is the best. Yeah. The best tournament ever. And I want to thank you, my sponsor, Legacy Dish. No excuses, this go back. And my all lady right here.
Oda just split the money for that for $465 each. For second place, for $715, Val Jenkins. Thank you to Nate and Val for doing scoring this weekend. It's a big job.
Well, you know we were honest in scoring because I got second. And I got second to an incredible player. And I know it's been talks of, when's Paige coming to this tournament? When's Paige going to get here? And this tournament's been getting so amazing each and every year because of Tammy and Beth, Tom and Dave. They do an incredible job fundraising and making sure all the women have a great time and make sure that world champions and the best players in the world come to play this tournament. It's incredible. I just want to give a shout out because all of you ladies that played, I know that the Daisy Chains had the biggest turnout last year in the Poppy series, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And you guys need to continue this on. Even if it's a little drive, look up the Poppy series on Facebook and online and hit up all these events because the more events we have, the more women we play with, it's just going to keep growing and it's because of you guys playing. So keep getting out there. Thank you
guys. Okay, first place. Paige, it's not Paige's first time here. She was here in 2011 and she won the 2011 Worlds here. Paige Pierce for the purse of $1,050. But as was the theme of the prizes this weekend, but wait, there's more. We put a $1,000 bonus on first place. It was put up by two private individuals. I don't know if they wish to remain anonymous.
Well, let's look in the glance direction.
They may wish to remain anonymous. Congratulations, $1,000 bonus.
Thank you, whoever that was. That's awesome. Awesome. I just want to say thank you to all the staff. You guys did amazing. Tom Schott's been trying to get me out here for like probably 4 or 5 years, and I'm glad I finally came out.
Yeah!
We have a tournament just like this in Texas called Texas Women's, and this, don't tell anyone in Texas, but this surpassed that for sure. And thank you to Torn Hart. Torn? You're the man. Thank you for French toast and everything. And thanks to my sponsors, Prodigy Disc, Cali Connection. Go check out their booth over there. We've got a bunch of sweet ladies tops. And Twisted Flyer and Keen. Thank you.
But wait, there's more. Thank you, Paige. It's great. She had some amazing shots. I got to see a few, and I feel like that was awesome to observe. Okay, we have just one more thing before Ring of Fire. I hope you'll stay for Ring of Fire. It's open to anyone.